So, according to the government agency I bought this thing from, this car has not had an oil change in almost 2 years, even though it still has under 5,000 miles since the last change. Figured I might as well change it. Oil's cheap enough. And the oil of the day is this Havoline full synthetic 5W30. Now the car, Ford, calls for 5W20, but that's really only for fuel economy, believe it or not. That's how they eke out a half a percentage point or whatever it is, better fuel economy, because there's thinner oil in the engine. It's not really necessary. 5W30 is just fine. 10W30 is fine as well if you're in a hotter climate. I'm in a hotter climate anyways, and this full synthetic oil, I'm honestly not even worried about it. Car calls for about 6 quarts. Oil filter we're using is the 820S. Some of these cars use a different sized oil filter depending on the years. 98 to 2011, there's like, I want to say there's 2 or maybe even 3 different oil filters that they call for. So check that before you buy this filter. Could save yourself a big headache. So cars up on ramps, vehicles in park, parking brake is on, and I've got both of my wheel chocks in for safety. The only thing I'm going to do up here is pop this cap off so we get a little bit better flowage. I'll shove that right there. Got my funnel here ready. So I've got a fridge ice cube tray as well as a traditional drain pan for the oil. Should take out about 6 quarts of oil. So that thing's a 7 quart, but I might not fill that one up all the way. I might break off and start filling this one up. We'll see. I have let the vehicle warm up a little bit. So 16mm socket and a ratchet. Let's go ahead and pull it off the drain plug. Hopefully it's not on there too tight. Oh yeah. Gotta love it. There we go. And as you guys can see, the oil is relatively clean. It doesn't have very many miles on it, of course. So we'll just let it drain. Meet you guys back when it's just about full. So we're just about done. That's good enough for me. I'm just going to throw the plug back in. Tight enough. All right, so now to get this oil out of here, and then we'll start on the oil filter. All right, so the next step is to remove the oil filter, and of course it's in not the best spot. Now I will say that I just tried to use my flexible funnel. Could not get it in there. It's a little too big, so I'm just gonna have to try another way. All right, so unfortunately there's no way around this. It's gonna make a little bit of a mess, so I'll do it nice and slow. I did just get my oil filter on there, or my oil filter wrench on there. It is not that tight. I was able to loosen it up pretty easily. So there we go. It's almost like that hole was supposed to be there. So we'll just let it drain for a bit before I fully remove it. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, but we'll still spray some alcohol up there and clean everything out after I get it out. A little bit more. And the filter's out with the gasket. So we'll just let this drain in here for a bit. Clean up all that mess. Old oil filter, new oil filter. Both exactly the same size, so I know I bought the right Motorcraft filter. I also wrote change on it. Probably have to do that again, but 105,000 miles. it is, all installed. So I'll just clean this up a little bit more and then we'll put some oil on it. So I'm just setting up this oil box handle beneath the top here. There we go. There's exactly 6 quarts in this box. All right, so all that's done. Checking for leaks, none. Start it up and move it off. There it is. Let it run for a few more seconds, then we'll shut it off, verify the oil level, and that's pretty much the end of the video. All right, it's been sitting for about 10 minutes. I just checked it off camera, it was good, but I'll check it for the video. It's right where it should be, right at that, right about here. So, happy with that. That's how you change the oil, pretty easy.